What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk. So, the Jacksonville Jaguars hired Urban Meyer, obviously, this year. That was one of the biggest off-season moves in the NFL. It was an interesting story because, Urban Meyer comes in, coached at Ohio State, at Florida, Bowling Green, Utah. You know the story if you follow college football very closely, how much success Urban Meyer had in college. And then now he's transitioning to becoming an NFL coach, trying to do something that, a lot of college coaches haven't done, and that's have success in the college level and the NFL level. So, yeah, Urban Meyer is just, I hear him talk and I listen to him interviewed with Chris Collinsworth, and it really just excites me, the plan he has for this team. He's all about, leadership and team building, and he's a master motivator. He's always done a great job of getting his players motivated and, ready to play each game. And, it all starts at Jacksonville had a tremendous draft this year. Tyson Campbell at corner. They took, first round, obviously, Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne, and they took Andre Cisco. Cisco is a guy who could make a big impact year one, and he's a guy that's not a super big name in this draft, but he has a lot of potential. Love what he did at Syracuse. Tore his ACL last year, but as a guy had 13 career interceptions at Syracuse and has just everything you want in the safety: size, speed, range. And, it looked like he was talking. I watched some of their practice. It looked like he was talking to Urban Meyer. I don't know if he's back to a full go, but at least he's at OTAs. So, hopefully he's very healthy soon. So, Andre Cisco has a chance to be a breakout guy. And, they also signed Dylan Moses. If you're a big follower of college football, you'd likely heard Dylan Moses' name. He's a former child prodigy, recruited in 8th grade, got a scholarship from LSU, chose to play at Alabama, tore his ACL prior to the 2019 season, and then this year played through a lot of pain with his knee. And, recovering from that ACL in 19. But, was regarded at one point as a first-round pick and has a lot of talent. So, it's like they said, Urban Meyer was drafting like he's recruiting. He signed a lot of guys, or they drafted a lot of guys that were former 5-stars. Walker Little, too, is a guy that was injured a lot at Stanford but has a lot of talent. Former number 1 overall prospect back in 2017. And like Urban Meyer said, everyone wants to talk about the draft and Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence, but they have a pretty good solid nucleus of young talent. Josh Allen was a guy that was banged up last year, but 10.5 sacks as a rookie. He was a former top 10 pick for Jacksonville. And Miles Jack is one guy that survived kind of the overhaul of the Jags roster when they lost, A.J. Bouye, Calais Campbell, Jalen Ramsey. Those are some of the more notable guys in the 2017 defense that was loaded. Miles Jack, still around, is one of the few veterans that's been in the organization for a few years now, and he's a super talented linebacker that can play sideline to sideline. Also, just a very super strong guy. And Urban Meyer, though, is super excited about the corners because you're likely going to have Shaquille Griffin, who they got from Seattle. They'll have Tyson Campbell. They're going to play Tyson Campbell in the nickel and outside, and they'll have C.J. Henderson. You're looking at, like Urban Meyer said, 3 guys that run in the 4-3s, 3 guys all over 6'2". So it's going to be a tough to get around those guys. Not only are they tall and physical, but they are also fast and, legit 4-3 speed. So that's exciting stuff there. And, the big news, obviously, bringing in Tim Tebow, his former star quarterback in college. Tim Tebow is just a guy that, he is a guy that Urban Meyer will say, watch Tim Tebow if you want to get to where you want to be, if you want to show what it's like to play in the NFL, to set the tone as far as what the work ethic needs in the leadership role that, needs to instill to the young guys. Because Urban Meyer knows that this is a young team, and this is a team that I was just thinking that, even if this team goes 6 and how many games they play, 17, even if this team goes 6 and 11, 7 and 10, this is a team that you'll probably be like, wow, this could be a scary team next year. It could be a team that starts off slow and gets hot later as they start to develop and some of these young players start to play better and mature. But Yeah, Urban Meyer, he's going to have his teams compete. Bottom line, he's a master motivator, and he's really gotten the most out of, even teams that were not as talented back in Bowling Green, Utah. He's really gotten the most out of those teams. And, Urban Meyer, you see his body language on the sideline. He's a guy that wants to win as bad as anyone in the National Football League or as bad as, anyone in college. But, he knows what he's in store for. The NFL season really is a grind, and like he talks about, if you go 8-8, that's a pretty solid year. But to most fans, that's really disappointing. It's likely not a playoff berth unless you probably get the wild card, or if you play in the NFC East. But so. Yeah, a lot of excitement for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I think a lot of people will be tuning into their games on Sunday more so than years past, even more so maybe than the 2017 defense, just because like a few other teams, this is a super interesting team with just so many storylines, and but Tim Tebow yet to make the roster, but is a guy that's could be quite the storyline to watch, and Mike likely, if he makes the team, could get some snaps at Wildcat quarterback. And I just love the running backs in ETN and James Robinson. People get James Robinson 800 yards last year, was right in there for offensive rookie of the year candidate. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning into this clip from the show. Make sure to stay tuned for more clips from the show. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Till next time, peace.